Hello everyone, my name is Beansprout, and Doom Eternal is overall a pretty great game, and there's a lot to love in the title. But like any great game, there's stuff that can be improved upon, and some things that didn't quite hit the mark. And with id Software quietly working on their new game, I would like to take this opportunity to talk about something I think was a massive missed opportunity for Doom Eternal. Because it's something that's boggled the mind of Doom fans for ages, and something that many people believe was a massive mistake. So I think it's important to talk about things like this. So anyway, without any more rambling, let's get into it. So, we all know that BattleMode was not really the success the developers were hoping for, and to a lot of players it felt a bit starved of content and overall just a pretty weak game mode compared to the absolutely fantastic campaign. The mode was very hyped up before the release of Doom Eternal, and it seemed like it was going to be a very interesting addition to Doom's multiplayer selection. But when it eventually released, the networking was very bad, leading to frequent moments where players would freeze and end up losing matches because they couldn't do anything. This naturally frustrated a lot of people and led to many of the players quitting the game. Along with this, over the past 2 years, BattleMode has received very little amount of support, with there being few new maps added to the game and only one new playable demon brought into the roster, which, as you can imagine, led to the game getting pretty boring. And when there's no new content being brought to a game, we all know what happens. The player base dries up. Of course, we all know why the game didn't get that many updates, and it's a reason that I'm not going to talk about in this video, because it's not really that relevant, but this lack of updates has still contributed to the massive problems that have plagued BattleMode since it came out. Honestly, I think BattleMode had a lot of potential, and while it's not the most popular mode in the world, it still should have a space in the Doom franchise, but only if it was included alongside a normal multiplayer mode. And I think the combination of battle mode and an ordinary multiplayer is how it should have been done in the first place, because there just isn't enough of an audience for battle mode to exist on its own. And now, before I get into the next point, I'd like to kindly ask you if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. But anyway, let's move on to the next point. So, this is something that has been said a billion times by now, but I think Doom Eternal would have greatly benefited from having a traditional multiplayer in the game. You see, with Doom Eternal's gameplay, this could have been something that garnered a massive amount of attention, and I think it would have been a lot of fun. This could have built off of Doom 2016's multiplayer, by adding more odd modes, like freeze tag for instance, but also taking out stuff like the loadouts, and instead allowing the players to pick up items from around the map. There's even been PC mods that prove that this would have been possible, and it's honestly always confused me as to why they never included a deathmatch mode or anything like that in this game. Of course, some weapons and items must have changes to them as to not break the game, but it really wouldn't have mattered because I believe the mode would have been really fun anyway, regardless of changes. I personally think that if this game had a traditional multiplayer included alongside the main campaign and battle mode, it would still be going strong today as long as there was a consistent stream of updates to the multiplayer. And it could have even taken over the arena shooter scene as the biggest and newest competitive arena FPS game. And that's why I'm hoping whatever id Software is working on next includes a mode like this, because it will probably be a lot of fun. Whether the next game be Doom, Quake, or something entirely new, if it has a multiplayer, it needs to have a traditional selection of game modes, like Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, Free-for-all, and many other classic FPS modes that we all know and love. And to go along with that, it could have a side mode like Battle Mode, and some other more experimental modes for the traditional multiplayer. But what do you think? Do you think this is a missed opportunity? Do you hope this gets fixed in the next game? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd recommend giving it a like and subscribing to the channel, along with checking out my previously mentioned merch store. And if you'd like to discuss this with some other people, then I'd recommend joining my Discord server, because trust me, we don't bite, it's a great place to join. Along with that, I also have a Twitter, but other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day.